When I was a 19-year-old graduate of a medical laboratory technology program, I chose to begin my career in blood bank. It's a job where a quiet day can turn into an emergency with a simple phone call. They say blood bank isn't for the faint of heart, and I learned that kind of all too quickly. I often reflect on all the blood products I've distributed to cancer patients, premature babies, elderly and pregnant women, and how our work in the lab changed people's lives every day. I would say that out of all the situations I have been in, there is always one that I remember the most. As I got to work for an evening shift one day, I became aware of the chaos that was transpiring. Boxes and boxes of blood products were piled one on top of the other, while three of my colleagues were frantically distributing them. As soon as I saw the products entering the coolers, I knew this was a massive transfusion protocol, or an MTP. I quickly began to help. The beauty of it all was that my team and I understood what our roles were and what we had to do. With few words, we got straight to work. Our MTPs are done in steps, and usually a really massive bleed ends at around step 6. In this case, I believe the MTP was at step 8, and it had been going on since the morning. I helped out as best I could by cross-matching the units that one of my colleagues was entering into our computer system, while my other colleague was packing the coolers. We did this for the rest of the evening. It felt like this vicious cycle: order units, scan them, cross-match, pack the coolers, and repeat. While we were exhausted, I remember feeling sort of a sense of energy and coordination between all of us, and we worked harmoniously in unison. We were constantly in contact with the phenomenal team of surgeons and nurses in the OR, discussing the patient's case and what we could do to improve the situation and save this person's life. By the end of the night, the MTP was called to a close by the OR staff, and the patient had finally been stabilized. We were able to breathe and take everything in that we had just done. The time had elapsed, so much so that it was 11 p.m. and my shift was nearing an end. Sadly, I learned the following day that the patient did not survive the night, and it was the first real time I felt the gravity of what it is that we do and the impact it has on people's lives. I remember tears forming in my eyes. From that moment on, I looked at every specimen and I always see a person behind it, whether a mother, a father, or a child. Although it was a difficult situation, it gave me the experience to continue to do work that I know has been extremely and positively impactful on people's lives. It is a true privilege to serve the public, even though we sometimes go unnoticed.